So Mo Money Investing, or as I should say, Two-Face, ooh, that's his nickname, is under the impression that I used money I raised from Cash App and money I raised on GoFundMe to give to Sarah. This stunad, this lunatic, this mamalouk. Look, I'll tell you the truth. I know that haters are not going to accept it. So, I mean, what's the point of me saying it? I raised those monies for my wife's services. That's it. And that's the bottom line. It went to my wife's services. Now, you're going to believe whatever you want to believe? Well, let's just put it this way. The total amount that I raised was $7,000, okay? Now, I'm not going to get into every detail about the cremation and about services I had, and then I took my family out to restaurants and other things I did for my wife. But let's just say it was around that ballpark that I spent for my wife's services. Now, that was in combination of GoFundMe and, Cash App, okay? Now, I gave Sarah $13,000, right? So according to your logic, right, let's just go over it because I know you don't believe anything I say anyway, right? So if I gave Sarah $13,000, that would mean that I didn't pay for any services for my wife. No services, did absolutely nothing. And not only gave Sarah the entire $7,000 that I raised from Cash App and GoFundMe, but I also gave her what? An additional $6,000. And where did that money come from? So that's the $1 million question that you would have to ask yourself, right? So obviously, I did give my wife services. Obviously, that money was not given to Sarah. Now, let's talk about the whole Sarah situation. Look, guys, it was a mistake, all right? I just wish that everybody could just understand. I love Jennifer with all my heart and soul. When she passed away, I couldn't face it. I still can't face it right now. And what happens is that when you are facing severe hurt that you have no idea the pain and suffering that my mother passes away 2 weeks later, the devastation that I was feeling and my children were feeling. But the thing is, the children are resilient, God bless them. They're much stronger than me. I'm having an insanely hard time with this. And it's like, I just didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to face it. Sarah started talking to me every single day, 4 hours, 5 hours a day, several hours a day. She tricked me. She gave me comfort. She took my mind off things. And I don't know, I started thinking I was like Richard Gere from the movie Pretty Woman, like I could save her, like I could get her out of that life and maybe bring her to the Jersey Shore. And look, guys, I made a mistake. I didn't want to face the hurt and the suffering I was feeling over Jennifer. And anything, I just needed a distraction. That's what she was. She was a distraction, okay? Now, I regret it. It was a mistake. But I assure you and I promise you that no money that I raised on GoFundMe or on Cash App went to Sarah. Now, will you believe me? Probably not. But that's the truth, okay? Now, I would love to say we could put this to rest, but haters will never put anything to rest, especially that freaking Two-Face Mo Money Investing. He'll never stop, that guy, who I think has escalated to the world heavyweight champion of my haters.